In goal, number 25, Étoile Ramirez. Number 2, Ken Ventura. Number 4, Jose Francisco. Number 6, Robertino Canemesio. Number 10, Valentin Sebello. Number 19, Sergio Ventura. Number 20, Guillermo de Pina. Number 32, Gustavo Ascona. Number 77, Johan Pada. Number 89, Liquid Pachura. And the captain is number 8, Richard Dabas. The head coach is Jorge Alfonso. And now the starting lineup for AS Étoile de Matoury. In goal, number 1,
So as we get ready for the second game of tonight's doubleheader, we looking at the two teams in the middle, Moca FC from Dominica, and of course we also that's Moca FC, and then we also have AS Étoile de Matoury of French Guiana, and so we're looking at the officials for this game, a Cuban lineup, Adrian Ligi and Ronald Garcia and Alejandro Cese.
Who is assistant referee, Uriel Garcia from Cuba. Second assistant referee, Alejandro Vincent from Cuba. And the fourth official, Timothy Derry from Trinidad and Tobago.
So here we go with this one. Of course, Moca FC will have Pascual Ramirez in goal, Kelvin Duran, Jose Francisco, Robertino Canavicio, Richard Dabas is the captain, Valentin Sabella, Sergio Ventura, Guillermo de Pina, Gustavo Asuna, Johan Para, and Lihu Pichoda. And of course, for Matoury, the goalkeeper is Florent Jarrett, wearing the number 1. So there is the whistle to set us on our way. Moca trying the best to get things started quickly here. Premier. As they try to build quickly, going down that right-hand side of theirs. But quickly, the flag is up to stop them dead in their tracks here as they try to build quickly going down that right-hand side. Just another brilliant ball, trying to get it in there, but just intercepted at the back. And a bad miss, one would have to say. Opportunity for them to get the ball out and not able to do so. Still, they somehow managed to eventually get it out. So just taking their time, not really trying to rush things too much, which is good, sensible play, trying to settle down, get everybody involved as much as possible. As they try to build it from the back, but they run into problems every so often. So there is Jarrett, the goalkeeper, and he quickly gets it out. Ibukin Lucian, here he is again, getting possession once more. from the back again. They're trying to just build it, trying to make sure that they are precise with their passes, and of course, trying to maybe slow down the game just a little bit as well. They would have seen the hectic pace of the first half. And there's the coach from the Matoury outfit, Habo Zempia. Ball is all the way back to Jarrett. Florent Jarrett in goal for the French Guiana outfit. The man in all red. Just a little use of the hands there illegally, says the referee. Ball played in quickly now and coming under immediate pressure. Here they are once more. That's a good ball played out wide by the captain. Can he get the return? The return is not a good one. Again, you could see Habo trying to build a play, trying to get his teammates involved as much as possible. Can they do something with it? Here's another brilliant pass, but it's a deep one. Doesn't hit the target though. Trying to turn and twist with it again, Habo. This is Cerezo Habo this time, but they lose out. And here comes Moca FC. Great ball in, opportunity, and the header is wide of the target. And he would have been onside because it was a late run, really coming from behind everybody and not able to finish the job here. That was a great opportunity there. And Sabella would probably rue that miss. What an opening that would have been, and that would have given them the perfect start. They win it back again. That's another great ball. Sabello on his left foot and crowded out. Still, they haven't gotten out of the woods as yet. Now they might get a chance at a quick counter attack. That's a great ball and only to be well read and intercepted at the back quite nicely. Cool. And really averting danger, but they give it away again in that final third. It's not the place you want to be very loose with your passes and your control. And that's good, intelligent football, just slowing down the play just a little bit. Depenia. And he might be offside. In fact, he is offside. Left way too early. So the game has a nice flow to it right now, even though neither one has really hit the target, but you could see the threats here and the opportunities presenting themselves. And just as we say so, here they go again. But in the middle of the park is where the action is, as they say. Here's another chance here now, but again, the ball is behind everybody and nicely handled by the defense. And can they start a quick counter attack? Offsides again is the call. Para just a little too anxious. Ramirez just taking his time, not too interested in going forward too quickly, giving the front runners a little bit of a respite as they swing the ball from side to side. Dabas. Great ball. Good attacking instincts here. Now the return ball. And too many blue shirts. Not enough black shirts at the back post. And handled quite competently in the end. Here's another opportunity to ball again. It's an early one, but it's not on target. And once again, they can't get that link-up play going. Because that is where they're probably going to have the best opportunity. Probably in the center of goal. Ascona and company are the ones lurking there. They need to utilize them. Johan Para. That's deep, probably too deep. And does it stay in? Yes, it stays in. Well, and the ball in. It's not what the doctor ordered. So you could see Para trying his best here now to get thing. Camavicio goes over on that far side where Durant. Again, that's another great diagonal ball, but it has to travel a long way. Here's a great shot on the turn from almost out of nothing. And there was Para. Again, that's another great diagonal ball, but it has to travel a long way. Here's a great shot on the turn from almost out of nothing. And there was Para. Battle for the midfield. This is where the game is, as they say, going to be won and or lost. And the whistle had gone for a throw in. The ball had just gone over the line. Adube gets it back there now as they try to build it coming out of the back now. Benis. Para looking very lively indeed. And but he's up against defense that is very, very flexible, very athletic. Benis getting in the block there quickly. You saw all the way back. It comes now. Canavicio gets it across, but again, early ball coming through the middle of the park and not able to hit the target. And here we go on the march. So this is good football now, a good opportunity. Played over to the back post and waiting over there to no avail. Is it a corner kick? It should be a corner kick. A nice reverse pocket opportunity Played over to the back post and waiting over there. Soga. But it never got to its intended target. The defense did well. Here's the corner. The goalkeeper was a little bit late in getting there. And that had a lot of spin, a lot of swerve on it, as they say. Ramirez had to react quickly. A little bit late in getting there. And that had a lot of... Another one, this one hit hard and fast, swung in quickly into that first post. So 13 and a half minutes gone in this encounter. Still no goals, but it's not for a lack of trying. As they build from the back here now, here comes Moca FC. This time he decides to just to change it up, just that little bit. Dabas plays it wide, looking for some movement. Now they're able to swing it over to the near side. Canavicio, he gets it back now, just rolling it around, not really trying to force the issue too much. Wide it goes. That's not a bad ball, and unfortunately, it's just running away from him. Sabella was getting behind the defense. So positive signs here for the Moca FC, although it has to be said, Matoury are doing their part as well with some wonderful build-up play. And that's going to be another infringement. That's a real clumsy challenge. And he'd probably be lucky that he's not in the referee's bad books. Canavicio again, just keeping control as they try to play it. Durant down that right-hand side, they loving the ball there. And again, talk about kicking where you're facing. Once he bubbled the ball there, Adude wasn't prepared to take any chances. And he just hammered it into space, literally. Conceded an unnecessary corner. So we have a little wait here. The ball, they're now retrieving the ball. Here they come with it. And again, aimed at that back post. Movement in the area and a brilliant stop by the goalkeeper. But the flag was up as well. He had somehow snuck away to the back post there. That's the Durant. And a brilliant stop by the goalkeeper. But the flag was up as well. He had somehow snuck away to the back post there. That's the Durant running away behind everybody, unmarked at the back post. And unfortunately, when the ball Ball played in there, but again, the defense very, very alert at the moment. Moca FC. Trying to get some movement, not seeing too much at the moment. And again, the ball just looped up there, and you could just see Doiko running behind the defense, but the ball was also played behind him. He and Gordon, two very quick men over on the far side. Dokoi again. There he is, quick. And unfortunately, they miss out. Ramirez taking no chances. Looking for some movement. Good approach work. Skipper again linking up well. And the ball spread out on that far side there. Habo. And that is going to be a free kick. Right just outside the area. Not a bad area for a shot on goal. And it was that man, Gordon, being brought down. So a great opportunity for the men in blue from French Guiana, Matoury, Étoile de Matoury. And so who is going to line this one up? Chance here now for something on target. See if Ramirez is equal to it. Blocked by the wall. And probably not the best free kick. Didn't get any elevation on it. Gordon quickly comes for it and they're able to keep possession. So that's good work. Here he goes running away now. That could be an interesting ball. And that's a split second there. The control just let Soga down. He had to turn and twist though. And I think that is what made all the difference to him. We do have a player down. He stayed down in the area. And really, you could just see Habu pulling the strings there in the middle of the park for Matoury. So just about 21 minutes gone in this game, approaching 22 minutes. No goals yet. But both teams have shown great promise, especially going forward. Players taking the opportunity to get some instructions as well as some refreshments. So here we go again. As the ball comes out quickly here now to do that. And that's a diagonal ball that they play so often, and really relying on the speed of Dokui. And he not able to get the better of his man on this occasion. So no goals in this encounter. Similar thing we had in the earlier game where it was goalless at the half, but eventually got 2 goals in the second half of that one for a 1-1 final score. The target there was Para.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution Moca FC in the 24th minute. Entering the game, number 14, Juan de Jesus. Leaving the game, number 20, Guillermo de Pina. Substitution Moca FC.
So an early substitution here, uh, forced by that injury, Juan de Jesus. And we have another infringement. We're seeing more and more of this now in the game. As players become a little fatigued. So now this is another opportunity here now for this, but again, way off target. Adude, the man trying from distance, and there is the substitute, the Pena, having to go off. 24 minutes in, and he is a great interception there again by Habo and Lucian. There is the substitute just coming on there, the Jesus. Here they come again. That's another great ball. This is a good opportunity, but the ball again just behind the attacker there, Soga, who was screaming going forward, and the ball just not where it was supposed to be. Lovely control again as they keep possession of it now, trying to bring it forward. Again, the ball's just a little bit rushed as they try to get the ball into the heart of the defense as they have those quick front runners. Now, a chance here. That's a great ball, but once again, the defense does very well reading it all the way today, which was intended for Soga, but a little too strong for the winger. Would have been a great ball. So still no goals yet. Approaching the half-hour mark. So they get possession and trying to knife his way in, but he loses the handle on it. Here is the substitute De Jesus. And just not able, too much, not enough real estate there, Para. That's a good ball. Nice opportunity. Should have hit it first time. Wow, wow, wow. What was he waiting on? The goalkeeper was out of position. He had an open goal. And just that extra touch, the opportunity went, and it went quickly. What an opportunity that was. All he had to do was just place the ball. He could have rolled it in the goal. Once he took that second touch, that was it. The chance was lost at that stage. And Ascona couldn't get it back. Really, it was a great opportunity for him. So once again, De Jesus can't control it. That was a simple ball. All he had to do was roll it into his teammate. Couldn't hit the target. And you could see the disgust on his face as he knew he should have done better with that one. So still no goals. Half an hour played. But some real promise and prospects of possible goals. And here we go again. And again, the pass is an errant one. So they're creating good opportunities. They could see the intention. The execution has been the problem for them. Nil-nil, the scoreline. Opportunity there again. Here's the shot blocked by the defense. That was a good pile drive. Again by Lucien. De Jesus now coming out on the extremities of the field. And the ball forward is really miscommunication there because Ascona never moved. So all the way back it goes to Jarrett. He gets it back. And both teams guilty of just giving the ball away unnecessarily. Simple passes, they just can't seem to hit the target. And again, they just need to just take that split second to ensure that it gets to its intended target. That's good defensive work there by Askana, closing down the space quickly. So another opportunity for them now to get this one in play. Can they make this one right? Yeah, that's a great ball. Is he onside? Puts it back. Chance here. Blocked by the keeper. Brilliant, brilliant indeed from Jarrett. What a save with the leg. Remind me of Sapmaya there. It seemed like everything was lost and looked like a certain goal until he got his boot out and stopped it. Brilliant indeed. And there you look at it again. This is a nice ball build up. And that man, Jarrett, is back there. Lovely little ball inside for Lucien. Lucien slips his man. That's a great ball in. Can he finish the ball? That's unselfish play, but just bouncing away from him there. Durko not able to control it. Lost his balance, and goalkeeper Ramirez was quickly onto it. So excitement at both ends, but neither team could score just yet. Chance for them now to go screaming forward once again. Here's Para. And it just seems as if that final pass, that little extra, just seemed a little bit rushed. It's almost as if they know what they want to do, to just not executing. I suppose you see that with boxers in the ring, and then they'll tell you after they just couldn't get, get loose. They just couldn't hit the target. They know what they wanted to do. They know the punches they wanted to throw, and it just wasn't happening for them. And it's a similar thing here for these two teams, especially in the final third. When they get it right, the two goalkeepers have been brilliant so far as well. Just like we saw in the first game, it's more of the same here in the second. So plenty of time for the scoreline to change. Can they do something here? Now Soga trying his best here with that educated left foot of his. Tries to get it into his captain there, but Habo can't control it. Out it comes now. Again, another diagonal pass played way over on the far side. Canavicio and Ascana trying to hook up. So there's the match ball. A nice looking match ball indeed. I'm sure the players are happy with the condition of the ball so far. A little bit of head tennis there, but now is a chance. But again, that pass is way too straight. Sabella unable to take advantage. He had time and he had space. So just slowing down the pace a little bit here. Matoury. Here they are again. This is the captain now, Habu. Lovely ball played in there. Can he play the early ball? He waited, almost sent his man offside. Now he has to check and do the reverse against Habu once more. Shot on the turn! Brilliant save once again by Ramirez. What a shot from Soga in the turn, and he almost hit pay dirt, except for the brilliance of Pascal Ramirez in goal for Moca FC. They under the gun here a little bit, the team in black. A nice, powerful corner. The return ball still there, and Ramirez again to the rescue. Tall, rangy goalkeeper. Obeying the principles, taking it at the highest point. Again, I suppose after all of that excitement, they just want to slow it down a little bit, but it just seemed to be going awry for them. Yusu can't let, and this one is bubbling. It's going to go in. Well. They got themselves into a bit of a tangle there. And would you believe it? Somehow it just deflected off one defender, then the next. And it looks like it finally came off of the leg of the number 12. And Yusu will go down, will be credited with the own goal. So in the 41st minute, Moca FC finally take the lead. But they'll take it. But here they come again this time. De Matoury. So after that brilliant save from Ramirez, and then to come and get an own goal to take the lead, sure they're happy with that, Moca FC. And referee just pulling him up, and a little bit of an infringement there. He might have just used his hands and couldn't get away with it. Once again, the ball just changing hands quickly. Neither team really able to really put together a good series of passes, and when they do, they look so much more dangerous. Duran, and not taking any chances himself. Here is Yusu, the man who might have unwittingly scored on himself on the ricochet. That gives the opponents the lead here now. So it's Moca FC leading by 1-0. Moca FC in the black. Here's Durant again. Nicely build up play now. Sabella doing well, going for the return ball. Can he keep it in? This could be another opportunity here. There's a shot and just wide of the target here again. Farah once more using his speed to just round the defender, getting away from his man and reading the bounce of the ball nicely, but he just hooked it wide. So they're creating opportunities now as players tend to just concentration tends to lapse a little bit as we approach halftime in this game. 44 minutes gone. There's a ball to be played in the middle of the park, and again you could see Sabella making the run. He has another opportunity that is not taken. So they are creating those opportunities now. They're coming thick and fast. For some reason, they can't seem to hit the target as often as they should. That one was laid off on a platter quite nicely. So Pritchard and company really enjoying themselves in midfield right now. So we have 2 minutes of added on time, as indicated by the fourth official. 2 minutes of time added on at the end of the first half. Still going, and then he was hauled down. Oh, that's an ugly challenge, there, but he should be in the referee's book. He was just pulling his man down, and to get away with that is really he had to consider himself very lucky there because he was just grabbing. And the referee was being very lenient here. Could so easily have dipped in the pocket. But as we say in local parlance, he gave him a blind. But really, he was flirting with a yellow card there. So, another opportunity now for Moca FC. Can they put this one away? Played it in nicely, but straight at the goalkeeper. Pritchard was trying his luck there, but it wasn't to be. But they have to be careful here now because, again, the counter-attack, they're always susceptible to a quick counter-attack. That's a brilliant ball inside, but Ramirez to the rescue. And came showing a clean pair of hands. Once again, an opportunity there for him to control the ball. Seemed to try to turn to control it on the wrong side, turning into the traffic. So that is the whistle to indicate halftime in this encounter. 2 minutes added on. That is completed. And after 45 plus 2, it is 1-0. Moca FC 1, Matoury 0. That's the latest here at the Atto Bolden Stadium at the half.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it. Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do.
Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour.
I'd leave the voix.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
So as we get ready for the second half, once again, we want to thank our sponsors, the TTFA, of course, Flow, part of the ones who making it possible for us to bring you this coverage of the 2025 CFU Club Shield. Of course, the CFU and the CFU Under 14 Challenge Series. It's the Club Shield competition is off to a rollicking start. The Guyana Defense Force already picking up a victory earlier this evening. And of course, our earlier game here ended in a 1-1 tie. And that was, of course, between Real Rincon and La Clary from St. Lucia, Rincon from Bonaire. Here we are at the half as we get ready for the second half of this encounter. Where it's 1-0. That's the scoreline here. An own goal scored in the 41st minute by Jimmy Benis, who has been credited with the own goal. So what does the second half have in store for us? Here we go. And the Moca FC really now probably will be looking to drive home their advantage, but they're up against a team that is very skillful. And if they can just put a sequence together, there's no telling how much damage they can do. That's a good first-time ball. Where's the return ball? And this time they make a meal of it, trying to probably be a little too fancy, maybe. So 1-0 now. Another goal here would really put AS Étoile de Matoury firmly on the back foot. But I'm sure they'll be hoping that Doko and company can prize open this defense and give them a sniff at goal. This man, Ramirez, has had a good first half. Does well there, Sabella. And the referee says play on, but Sabella goes down. He wanted a free kick, none coming. Good approach work again, but just that final pass quite often. Now, this is another opportunity. Can he hit it first time? And he misses the target. Well. Again, set free on goal. And once more, failing to hit the target. But that was a great opportunity to start the second half. That would have been brilliant indeed for the Moca FC. But Ventura not able to finish off the play. Can they pick themselves up and go again? Opportunity now for Gordon and company to build something down that right-hand side they go. Oh, that's a bad miss. And a bit of miscommunication on both sides there. Neither team really prepared to take advantage, even though they got the ball and had every opportunity there, even had numbers ahead of them. Again, the pass is just a little bit hurried. And I think they just need to make sure and build it properly. Duko with the stab forward again. It's just not the quality that the approach work it requires. Gordon again does well. And here is that man, Adonde. And that is going to be a penalty. He was rushing into the area, flicking over Alexis Soga, who went down under the challenge there. That's a clumsy challenge. And there really was no need for the challenge. They just needed to usher him off the field. And he just brought him down. And the referee had no hesitation at all. And a real gift there. Canavicio, the guilty man, as we could see Soga going down under the weight of the challenge. The ball was long gone. In fact, the ball was running off the field. And so now in the 49th minute, in the 50th minute of play, a penalty. To Matoury. Can they pull the equalizer here? What an opportunity this is for them. And Soga is getting some treatment, Calvin Soga, but he will step aside, and it's going to be Habo who is going to take the kick. And it's saved. Brilliantly done again. So that man Ramirez coming up big again. And at a nice, comfortable saving height. And he had good pace on it, but Ramirez, as they say, guessed correctly and got out. And what a bad corner that is. That really was an iffy ball. Almost gave it away, but they will get a chance to do it again. Can they finally get the equalizing goal here? Some extracurricular activity taking place in the area, normal stuff. So here's a chance now for them to do it. Can Habo, and his cross is a poor one as well. That was Jules Habo. Now he gets a chance to redeem himself, and even then, they can't get it in. So the defense holding brilliantly here now for Moca FC, but they're under some pressure. They're trying to weather this storm here. Opportunity still. And here he goes down again. Soga, but doesn't get the free kick this time. Ventura really has his man running away down that left-hand side. Ball in, but not with the kind of pace required. Goalkeeper does well, and even better now as they kept that one in nicely as they go screaming away now. That is Habo trying to get this one in and still going, and again he goes down, but this time the referee not buying it. And you could just see Canavicio not happy with Soga. He got the penalty the first time, but the penalty was brilliantly saved by Ramirez. Ventura does well, going for the return ball now, but Again, the ball is just ping-ponging from one side to the next without any real control. And they're going to make the substitution. Doko is out.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for AS Étoile de Matoury.
De Matoury,
Number 17.
17 is in. Romaric Butu.
7, Warren.
So now, turning away from his man, using his hands there, and is going to get the yellow card. He was really trying to ward him off, Gordon, and basically just shoved him in the face. And just a failing left hand there, and took his man out, as they say. But again, once you strike the player,
Number 18, Dungu Gordon, in the 35th place.
once you strike body in the head or in the face, the referees are almost always inclined to bring out the card, and that's the Jesus, the substitute. Now the ball is in their chance here. That's a good shot, but again, just bouncing wide once more. Great opportunity, and not able to finish it off. You could see the header down, and the ball just wouldn't come down for Sabella there, and he just tugged his effort wide. That's putting his man in problems there. That ball out is not a good one, and you're inviting trouble with a bouncing ball like that. Trying to build it from the back now, Francisco. And a big shout on the field, but the referee says play on. Now the other substitute, Butu, plays a nice little ball inside, nobody home. Well, that was a great ball. Had a little spin and it took it away from the defenders, but it also took it away from the attackers as well. Ball just going away from them. And so it remains 1-0 there, but they had a great opportunity with a penalty, but they missed. Brilliant save by the goalkeeper, Ramirez. So it remains 1-0. And again, Gordon goes down, but the referee says play on. Now, opportunity for them to really build, and creating a real nuisance there was Sabella. There's another brilliant ball from one side to the next, picks out his man Adu there. Does well, Alia. And he forgot the ball. Well, it's just not happening for them, and they could see the coach really not happy, because time and again they're getting the opportunities, and they just can't seem to finish off what they're starting. That's good, tidy defensive work there. The ball is always going to be a risky one as they try to build again now. Can they finally put something together that will work for them? This looks promising, and that's too tight, way too tight now. And that obviously goes awry. Alia gets it in the middle as they try to keep possession. This time, Habo. Back it goes to Alia. Now Gordon, already on a yellow card, so he has to be careful. And try as they might, they just can't seem to really build it the way they like to. And that's credit to Moca FC's defense. Just the way they slide from side to side. As a unit, and they do have some pretty good athletes. Same could be said also for the French Guiana team, AS Étoile de Matoury. They have some rather quick individual players, but sometimes they just seem to try to play at a breakneck pace when if they just slow down the game just a fraction, they might have much better results. And when I say so, in terms of their ability to pass and break down the defense, and this is good work, but once again, quick feet getting in the way and denying them. So we approach the 60-minute mark. So we have 30 minutes left unofficially. And it looks as if Moca FC are going to try to make a few changes. Ventura is coming off. He is going to be replaced. And also coming off is Ascana. And he is going to be replaced by Puga, Edward Puga.
For Moca FC in the 61st minute. Entering the game, number 5, Kieran Jimenez. Leaving the game, number 19, Sergio Ventura. Also entering the game, number 7, Edward Puga. Leaving the game, number 32, Gustavo Asuna. Substitutions for Moca FC.
So Jimenez is on. Yes, I love the ball played in, but again, too easy for goalkeeper. And they try to build again Alia. Going all the way back now, Yusu slides it across as they go from left to right quite nicely now. Really, the clock is ticking on them. Although they have time, they just need to be a little more deliberate as they again swing it from right to left this time. Yusu, what does he do? Goes for an early ball in. Crowded out. But they get it back and they have an opportunity again. Alia, he plays a lovely diagonal ball in, and this could run to the far post, but it cannot stay in. And try as he would like there. Soga not able to keep it in. So time becoming a factor for them. And Moca FC trying to just milk the clock a little bit here now. They know that if they play smart, they can hold on to this 1-0 lead. Although we saw earlier a late equalizer to share the spoils, and I don't think Moca FC would want that. So I'm sure they'll be pushing to try to get a second goal here. Again, good football, but they just can't seem to connect with each other, to hook up with each other in that final third. That's where that's like their Achilles heel. Good football once again now. Trying to bring it away is Habo. Now there are two of them, and so if you hear me say Habo and Habo, so the man in the white boots there with the number 7 is Cerezo Habo, and the captain Jules Habo is the number 10. Here is Soga, plays this one in, but just met by the defense. And a shot from distance stays in bounds, or does it? It doesn't. The referee says no. The referee's assistant, right on spot. So really, that penalty is looming large right now because as they say, you bet your house that they would score the penalties, but it wasn't to be. What a brilliant save it was from Pascual Ramirez. So another free kick there, Para winning this one. Just buying time, really. And really, there must be a better pass than that one. That's really just a hopeful ball. Now, can they do the business here? This is good football. Lovely ball inside. This is a nice finish. Just wobbling there, and it will go out for a corner. But brilliant build-up play there. 1-2s, quick passes, short passes, and a nice layoff. Unfortunately, they couldn't finish the job. Once again, the goalkeeper doing his bit. De Jesus. Now they come again. Chance to go by line, and he does well. That's a lovely ball in, and the header is just wide of the mark. So once again, they can't put the game away, Moca FC. Good build-up play, good approach work, and only for that final touch, the little glancing header coming in there from Francisco is off the mark. So now, can they really get something going? Can they just put the ball down and or get it to their skilled players and let them do the rest for them? Gordon trying to get it in there. Habo plays a lovely little ball in, and nobody could get to it. It probably was a little too straight. Ramirez won't mind. And you could see that collision happening there as Sabella was thinking, take the number of that that just hit me there. Oh, that is the substitute who has just come on there, Puga, getting run over, literally. Here again, it's Francisco. Plays a nice little ball in there. Sabella looking for something ahead of him. Can't get it in though, but Puga gets it first time. They have possession once again, knocking it around quite nicely now. Trying to build it. Pritchard in the mix. And again, that's brilliant work at the back. Once again, they're not allowing the ball to get through to the last line. And this is the danger man. He's still going. Can he get the ball across? Lovely ball in. And it's just sitting up there. And they can't get the shot off. Well, and again, the ball is played in the wrong direction there. Puga had his man coming short, but he was trying to play it behind the defense. And all he had to do was just roll it to his feet and let him control and then determine what he wants to do. We haven't seen the shot come as yet, but we know that he has a big educated left foot there, Habo. Another delivery that is off target. And one is too short and one is too strong. It's been the story of the evening so far. Jimenez, who came on as a substitute. And you can see Gordon is not a happy man. And he's already on a yellow card, so he has to be careful. He has to just control that tempo a little bit. That's a great ball. But he cannot go forward with it. Here's Habo. Reminds me a lot of Tapa from Jamaica. But that's another beautiful ball. Who is there for the return ball? And everybody's waiting for either like the second or third ball. But it's not to be. This one, Sabella, looking, waiting, and decides Pritchard is going to come deep, or actually come in very, very deep for it. And eventually taking it up and bringing it back was Dabas. So they're just running the clock right now. 70 minutes gone. So 20 minutes left. 20 minutes for Étoile de Matoury to find an equalizer. The earlier the better. That way they could probably set up a grandstand finish, maybe a winner. But they have to score one before they could score two. And right now, they're just passing the ball. They're not really, you don't see the real purpose in what they're doing right now. There's no real energy from them at the moment. They really have to figure out what they want to do and who is going to do it for them. There's another long ball, trying to get it there, but the goalkeeper, Ramirez, is there and running into Ramirez and feeling the hurt, literally, is the substitute, Juan de Jesus, who came on as a substitute for De Peña, and now he goes down. Both men stay down. And I would imagine the medical teams will have to attend to both of them. But all's well that ends well. Both men are on their feet, which is a good sign. But it's still 1-0-0. As you can see, there's 72 minutes unofficially. So we've had a few stoppages. So the referee now has decided that either they need a retake or he's going to award a corner kick. Is it that the goalkeeper held on to the ball too long? He's given a free kick. Well, so again, if the goalkeeper holds on to the ball for too long, the referee puts his hand up, say, after the first 3 or 4 seconds, and then he counts down, or he counts up, really, to 8 seconds. And if the goalkeeper is still in possession after 8 seconds, then, as we saw here, it's going to be a free kick. I thought they were going to give a corner kick because I think that's the new rule, suggesting that it might be a corner kick. But the referee has determined that this one is a free kick inside the area. Everybody back, trying to defend this one. So they've created a real smorgasbord of a wall of bodies in there. And too many touches there. They really didn't sort that one out as to who was going to take the kick and when. The first touch and the second one should have been the shot or at least a cross. Now a chance, again setting it up at the top of the box, and again it's bouncing away, but that ricochet might actually work for Moca FC, taking his time now, not worrying too much, and then easily like that just loses possession. So both teams really guilty of giving away the ball from time to time. Here is Ramirez, the substitute, but the early ball in is easily handled by the defense. So that one goal is looming large, and remember it's an own goal by Jimmy Benke or Benis rather, who was in the wrong place at the wrong time when the ricochet came with the goalkeeper, and the ball flew into the net, an open net. So 1-0 That's the difference between these two teams right now. Moca FC in the black, holding on to that lead. Another opportunity for them now. They have numbers forward. Can they get something going? Running at his man, and that's a tough pass, but he keeps possession, and he goes down. The referee says goal kick. So it was a little bit clumsy on the part of the Jesus, but he got away with it. The man went down in a heap in the area, but the referee not buying it at all. Lucien was hoping that he would give a penalty. He gave one already. They didn't take advantage. He's not giving him a second one, at least not just yet. And the ball eventually taken over the line. So it's really great opportunity for the men in blue representing Étoile de Matoury. They need something going towards goal. Right now, they're just trying to play with the ball, but they really need to figure out what is going to work, how to get the ball into those danger areas. Here's Gordon trying, when is the cross going to come? He's thinking about it. So far, nothing happening. And then, luckily for them, this one might still run, and good skill, but nothing going towards goal. Durant gets it back in the middle. Yusu plays a great ball over, and this time they may get a chance here. Shot comes blocked again. And kept in nicely in the end now. And there's the other substitute doing very well. Puga, however, they turn it over yet again. And the referee allowing play to continue here. But that's a good ball now. Opportunity here now for Sabella. Can he do something with it? Not again, but we may have some substitutions here. And Para is coming off. And also Sabella has seen his last bit of action as well. And they're being replaced by Oliver Duran. And also getting an opportunity is Juan Angeles.
Substitution for Moca FC entering the game, number 9, Juan Angeles. Leaving the game, number 77, Johan Paga. Also entering the game, number 21, Oliver Duran.
So
Leaving
Oliver
the game,
Duran
number 10, Valentin Sabela.
is on the field, and I'm sure he'd be hoping that he could put this game to bed for Moca FC. But the guys in blue may have something to say about that as they come again. And still going, and this time he is brought down right in front of the referee here, Jules Harbo. He's been working very hard in midfield. But I'm sure he would have loved to have had that one maybe a couple meters closer to goal. However, Gordon may very well find this distance to his liking. But to beat Ramirez is going to take something special, because Ramirez has shown tremendous ability between the sticks. That's a good early ball in, and good design. Now for them to finish it off. Not enough blue shirts there. Nobody's attacking the ball. They're all waiting for that second ball or the rebound before they actually get going. And here's another free kick given there. So Moca Moca FC, they have to be careful. And just like that, they give the ball away, and it's back on defense. But to their credit, the defense has held beautifully. As they work themselves around now. Under 10 minutes left in this one in regulation time. We're in the 81st minute of play. Gordon has to be careful here. This is not the place to lose possession. See him trying to get some kind of movement going, and then they just give it away. So Sabella, who's gone out to the extremities of the field with the two substitutes coming on now. And here is the Captain Harbo, Richard Harbo, just slowing things down a little bit. Durant and company also understanding what the assignment is at this point. Don't give the ball away cheaply. And don't play too early either. Let them go the full length of the field if they have to come forward with it. And the men in blue, they need to go towards the ball. A lot of them are just standing and hoping it finds them. But if they're standing close to a black shirt, they're not going to get the ball. And that's why most of the passes now are square and back, because there's not much by way of movement in front of them. So they're going to have to figure out what is happening. Ball played in quickly now. Can they find something of substance? It's a great ball inside, but once again, Durant is there, reading it beautifully, as is the captain. and really being a real nuisance there and forcing the infringement and a free kick. So time, that is the biggest enemy right now for the Étoile de Matoury. They cannot afford to just waste time or allow the opponents to waste time. If the ball is not yours, just leave it and get on with the game. Get back on defense and hope to win it back. Here's a ball trying to chip the keeper, but much too easy. And here they come again now. Where is the movement? And again, that first ball is given away. Duran. And now the goalkeeper again able to come and take possession, but they're trying their best here now to do it, but they're running out of ideas. So they're running out of ideas quickly. And another free kick. Gordon is frustrated right now. He's not happy. So can somebody just do something of a little piece of brilliance for them? And talking about brilliance, that was brilliantly done there by Ramirez, or rather by Francisco at the back for Moca. Here he is again. Lovely chip ball, but the control was not the best. Now we may have a substitution. And Lucien is coming off. And he's been out of the game for quite some time now. And Owen Joko.
Number 9, Owen Joko. Leaving the game, number 6, Joko Lucien.
And that again, the ball, they needed an early ball. And again, you could just see the fatigue stepping in here. Players just not able to, Gordon has to be careful. You remember, he's already in a yellow card. So he needs to stay away from that. Because now a yellow card is shown there, and that is the captain who went down, Richard Dabas, and he will get a yellow card as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card has been issued to Moca FC's number 8, Richard Davas, in the 88th minute.
Again, that ball, that final ball, just not getting to the target, but that's good defense though. As they're able, they're very flexible, very rigid, and also stern and quick in their tackles. Here they go again. Can Sibo do something? Don't like what you see there. Gordon decides he's coming onto his right foot. Has a shot and not a bad effort. It didn't come down in time for him. but he certainly got the attention of Ramirez there, as the ball just didn't come down for him in time. You can look at it again. He started to dip, but it dipped too late. So time almost up here now. Just a couple of minutes of regulation time here now. Somebody's going to have to do something spectacular. Here is the substitute playing a ball in, and then he goes sprawling over quickly as they try to do something special, but they're under some pressure here now. Keep possession of the ball, and Moca really, they didn't need to play a forward ball. They had good numbers behind the ball, and they could have just kept it there, but they tried to play a forward ball, and here we go now, as this one is played in behind the defense, but that's not going to get to the intended target out on that far side there. Nothing seemed to be working right now for the men in blue at Matoury. 3 minutes of added on time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth position on the sideline, and he gives it a minimum of minutes will be added to the second half.
So now that's a good ball, just a little too strong again. And how often have we said that in this game, where we've seen the teams just fail to really hit the target. That's another great ball in. Who is going to get there? Ramirez to the rescue once again to tidy things up, as he's done all evening long. Still time for the men in blue to conjure up an equalizing goal. They're not going to get it there. They're going to have to give up the ball at some point, but he's still going. And it does well. Still going, still going, still. When is the cross going to come? Just beyond everyone. And nobody could get to it. None of the blue shirts, even to get a header off. So they have to get it upfield quickly. Time is running out on them here. And really, they have to get it into the area, try and see if they can't create something of a rebound or so. And really and truly, even if they get it to the extremities of the field, the crosses, they're not attacking the crosses as much as they should. They really need to throw bodies in there just to get a touch. And at some point, they're going to have to get the ball up into the area. And that is that really. Now, can they create something off the counter-attack, but stop dead in his track there, do they? Having none of it, but he's given them an opportunity to run a good 30 seconds off the clock here now. And by the time this kick is taken, it could very well be the last bit of action in this game, because the 3 minutes of added on time is pretty much up. So now they're just going to, actually they could do a four corners and just spread the ball. They don't need to attack the goal right now. Just keep possession of the ball. When is he going to release it? And that's good skill. But again, under pressure, can't do anything with it. And that is the end of the game. A 1-0 scoreline in favor of Moca FC. An own goal in the 41st minute to Jimmy
Moca FC 1.
Benis.
Étoile de Matoury.
And that is the difference between the two teams there. Matoury tried their best, the team from French Guiana, but it wasn't to be. And you could see the disappointment. So 1-0, the final score in this encounter. And we'll have some highlights for you in a little bit. We'll also have a quick interview. And before we wrap things up here. So for the moment, at the final whistle, it's 1-0 in favor of Moca FC.
It's Ducks United at 5 p.m. On behalf of the Caribbean Football Union and the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, I am really urge you to get home safely. Thank you.
Yes. Ready? We have a monitor. That is your. Right. Right, it came on that, that's all very from that. Oh, it's short into. Actually, no, it's just the highlights. All right. So they will just punch it through. Yeah. Just for the moment. Yeah. So here we're looking at some of the highlights from this game, and opportunities are plenty, but neither team could take advantage. And once again, from end to end, Étoile de Matoury had their chances. They can't say they didn't, but this man was brilliant throughout the night. Goalkeeper Pascal Ramirez, and making one save and then another. And again, the game was seesawing from one end to the next, but close, but not close enough. That would be the cry for the French Guiana team in blue. And here's a wonderful build-up again. When the hook back came, the first opportunity really to get the ball in the back of the net, and what a save with the foot there from Jarrett to deny them that opportunity. And here at the other end, another great opportunity, but once again, Ramirez to the rescue for the Moca FC. The man in black really started to turn, but this was a brilliant effort and an even more incredible save. And then this happened. It ricocheted and somehow ended up in the back of the net for the only goal of the game. And really, you look at it, and this was another great opportunity, but he just kicked around the wall. Dabas trying to thread the needle here and almost giving it away. And once more, can't control the ball again there. That was another good opening there for them. And then this man did it well. Sabella played it in, but much too straight to Jarrett. That's not going to beat him. And here they got another chance, but guess who? Ramirez to the rescue once more for the Moca boys. And then this penalty, and stepping up nicely there to take it, Habu. And look at the save here. Guessed correctly, put out that big paw and kept it from going in. And then another appeal for a penalty, but this time the referee not having any of it. And Gordon trying to knife his way past his man, probably use his arm and in a sort of deliberate fashion. And once again, another chance. The ball just not coming down there for them. And this was a great opportunity again. And the defenders, though, coming across and doing the blocking. This man was frustrated all evening long, Gordon. After he got that yellow card, he just wasn't the same. And try as he did, you could just see the men in blue. Desperation time, not a bad effort from Gordon from distance, and trying his best to do something for his team, but it wasn't to be. In the end, that one goal by Bernice was the difference between the two teams, and Moca FC, they get a win to start their campaign.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.
Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do.
Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour. I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.